ArsenalFanTV, got a couple of Chelsea fans, the boys from 100% Chelsea as well. What did you make of it? Was you shocked by the performance of Arsenal today? Because I personally, I don't know, and I want to get your guys' opinions on it. I personally felt that we were the better team throughout the 90 minutes of the game. What did you make of it?
Personally, I agree with you. I think we were only good in the first 10 minutes. Pedro had a chance that, yeah, maybe he could have done better with, but in the pressure of it, I'm not gonna slate him for anything. But after that, we just seemed to fall off. I thought from the start the formation wasn't good, and I wasn't really happy with this lineup that came out. I thought Cahill shouldn't have started, so I would have gone with Rudiger. I didn't think this is the game for Fabregas because he doesn't play well on a team that presses like you guys were. I would have gone for him playing in a team where they're going to sit back and give him the space that he thrives on. I would have put Bakayoko in there, and you saw in the second half when he came on, he was brilliant. He was amazing. So I would have brought him on. I would have done the same formation we would have done against Tottenham. Same formation, same players. The only difference I'd make is I put Pedro in behind Morata because I'd prefer, because when you guys beat us in the FA Cup final, you overloaded our midfield. So what I would have done is I would have put an extra player in there and then just sat back and countered. That would have been what I wanted to do. But I just thought Conte got it all wrong today.
Was you a bit surprised by Arsenal today? I mean, was it, every Chelsea fan I spoke to coming into here, they were just naming out the scores, the score lines, but it didn't really work out that way, did it?
The thing that surprised me most with Arsenal today was how tactically disciplined you were. Usually in the big games, you go chasing the game, and I thought today you got it bang on. Like Xhaka, Ramsey, they held when they needed to hold, but the big thing I think was in the first half, you were overrunning us in midfield. I think. It was like the FA Cup final, the same first half. I thought that was the game I was watching. As soon as Bakayoko come on in the second half, it added us. We evened the numbers up, and it gave us.
I must say, I was glad he came on. He looked a player. He does. He's very strong, very quick. He looked a player either.
Yeah. I'm very happy with obviously that signing. I mean, a lot was made obviously when we let Matic go, and everyone was saying, "Oh, you've replaced him with Danny Drinkwater." That wasn't the case at all. Obviously, Bakayoko was the replacement. Obviously, Matic went quite early, and obviously we were trying to get a backup. So Danny Drinkwater was just a backup, but Bakayoko's brilliant.
I'll just throw this in there, right? For me personally, excuse me, I've got a bad cold at the moment. But for me personally, I was more scared of Chelsea when you had Costa, right? He's got that little nasty edge to him. He does them little bits off the ball.
Yeah.
Morata, I felt the defenders was kind of dealt with him a lot easier than if Costa would have been in there. I could just see him winding Mustafi up or doing something. He's got that little edge to him. What do you think of that?
I think I felt like sometimes Morata should have got the foul, but I do think Costa would have dealt with it a lot better. Costa, I don't think would have gone down as easy as Morata would have. And we have said before in the past few weeks that Morata does need to improve his physicality, and Conte's come out and said it as well. And it was all to show today. Every time Morata went to a challenge, he ends up on the floor. If it was Diego Costa, I don't believe Diego Costa would have been on the floor. He would have been able to challenge back. So that's something that needs to improve. But I haven't got anything against Morata because he's still adapting to this Premier League. And he's still scoring goals and he's adapting. So imagine how good he's going to be in a few months. Imagine how good he's going to be when he faces you at on New Year's Day. He could be even better.
That's the thing as well. I mean, we got Bakayoko, we got Hazard. They didn't have a pre-season with us because obviously both were coming off injuries and and surgery and stuff. But I think once they get fully up to speed, I think we'll have a really good team. So,
who finishes higher this season? Chelsea or Arsenal?
Chelsea.
I think it depends on how seriously you take the Europa League, because obviously the Thursday-Sunday schedule is very difficult to manage. I mean, you saw with Manchester United last season that it affected their league form, and they really prioritised the Europa League towards the end of the season because they knew they could get a Champions League spot that way. It depends if Wenger takes it seriously, then it might affect you to try and get in the top four, and you might have to prioritise the Europa